So, you have seen the dreamy Instagram reels of van life. Golden sunsets, steaming mugs of coffee by the ocean, people waking up like Disney princesses in the back of a van. And then reality slaps. You are tired, you are hungry, you are sweaty, and you just speed in the bush trying not to step on a snake. Let me tell you, van life is magical. Yes, but only if your basic needs are met. I have been living in a van for almost 7 years now, and I have learned this the hard way. Comfort is not a luxury, it's a survival strategy. So today I'm sharing my top 10 essentials for making van life not just bearable, but downright comfy. If you are thinking of hitting the road, or you have already hit it and bounced right back off, this video is for you. Also, watch me learn the hard way that the cheapest things are often paid for twice, so that you do not have to make the same mistakes. Disclaimer, none of these products are sponsored, they are just what I genuinely use and recommend. So, for comfortable van living, you need. If you can't sleep well, everything else falls apart. Your health, your mood, your bag. I have had my share of bad nights, and I have learned that this is not a place to cut corners. And if you are on a budget, you can still get a good second-hand mattress. If you are not grossed out by this idea. I had a $2,000 mattress in my big van that I bought for $200. My current mattress comes from Pararubber, and I will pop a link in the description. It was one of the most expensive ones in store, but it was worth every cent. As for the bed frame, I use an aluminium sun lounger from A-Mart. It's not fancy, but it works. Whatever you use, just make sure it's level from side to side. Even the slightest tilt gives me horrible back pain and nightmares about falling off cliffs. Let me paint you a picture. It's 2 a.m., you are warm and cozy, and then nature calls. Do you really want to put on your shoes, grab a torch, and go pee somewhere in the bush? I don't. And that's why I have a portable toilet. When I first started van life, I went for the cheapest toilet I could find. Classic. It worked for a while, but then the seal degraded and it started to smell. In a small space like a van, that is not something you can ignore. So I eventually forked out some extra cash and got the Thetford Porta-Potty Cube 365. And it's been amazing. It doesn't smell at all, even after years of use. Best upgrade ever. I have decorated mine with a backsplash wallpaper sticker. Because why not? Of course, when you have a toilet, you also want a way to wash your hands. The easiest way would be to use Gravity for your tap. But I don't have that space. So I have got this USB rechargeable tap that fits onto the big blue water containers. In the beginning, I got a cheap one. Are you sensing a pattern here? But this time it had a good reason, as I was looking for one where the water doesn't flow straight down. I needed the angled spout to be able to wash hands and dishes. And this one is the only one that complied with that requirement. But it drove me mad. The spout kept coming off and water would leak around it constantly. Eventually I got fed up and bought a better one. This one is more quiet, and with a slight modification, finally there are no more leaks, no more drama. And since we are talking about water, I have to mention the newest addition to my pile of stuff. I wouldn't call it an essential, because it very much depends on where you live. When I lived in New Zealand, I was drinking tap water and I was pretty happy with that. The water was tasting fine. But here in Western Australia, I just cannot stand the taste of all those chemicals. It's awful. So buying water was getting a bit expensive because I was trying to avoid plastic, so I would buy the water in the cardboard box, which is not cheap. And finally, I decided I will take the time, sit down for a few hours and do a big research on what water filter would be the best for me. I needed it to be a carbon-based filter so that it gets rid of the chemicals. I didn't want to be replacing cartridges every 3 months because they are pricey and I am trying to save money. And I didn't want the straw that my friend has because I want to use the water for cooking as well. So imagine me sucking on the straw and spitting the water into a pot so that I can cook. That would not work. And so after hours of research, I finally found the best inline water filter. Literally, it ticked all the boxes. It has a carbon filter, doesn't need any cartridge replacements, and filters around 5,000 liters of water. That will last me years. They have silver-safe technology, which kills harmful bacteria, and that's why the cartridge doesn't need replacing. And most importantly, it makes the water taste right without any chemical aftertaste. And it's an Aussie company, they ship worldwide, and they actually gave me a link. I put it in the description, and if you use it, you get 10% off. I didn't know how essential this would be until I lived through summer in Darwin. Oh my God! If you don't know, Darwin is in the north of Australia, and I think it's what hell feels like. I got this one from Amazon. It's USB rechargeable. It has multiple speeds. It has this clamp so I can clamp it anywhere I need it. And most importantly, it works even when it's connected, when it's charging. I have found out that some fans don't work while charging, and I would not recommend buying one of these. Can you imagine your fan dying at 2 a.m, you wake up half an hour later drenched in sweat, and then you would have to wait for another hour until this thing charges? No, either get one that works while charging or get 2 fans, trust me. And when it gets hot and stuffy early in the morning, I just reach out, turn the fan on, and it gives me solid extra hour of sleep before I have to get up and deal with the heat. On the flip side, van life can get freezing. I swear by a diesel heater. I had one in my van in New Zealand, and my van was warmer inside than any Aussie or Kiwi home. When I got sick, I would pump it up to 28 degrees and sweat it out. I got the heater from AliExpress for $300 and it worked for years. It might still work, who knows. But if you are somewhere where winters are not as harsh, or you do not want to be cutting holes in your car, I did cry a little bit, then a good old hot water bottle is a good solution. No power needed, just hot water, and you got yourself a nice portable hug, and it stays warm for the most of the night, so I couldn't do a winter without this. This sleeping bag is more like a thick, cozy duvet than the usual rustly hiking type. Super warm and comfy. I pair it with a fleece liner, which keeps it clean and adds an extra layer of warmth. But yeah, it's very big, so when I need to wash it, I can't go just to any laundromat. I have to look for one with a big 25 kg machine, and I have to wash it on a sunny day because the dryer usually doesn't dry it completely. To run my fan, tap, blender, phone, drone, camera, tablet, whatnot, I use my Bluetti power station. I've had this station for 2 years now and I'm very happy with it. It never let me down. It's the Bluetti EB70. It's compact, reliable, and has served me well during van life. They don't really sell it anymore, and if I was buying one today, I would get the Bluetti AC70. Same size, similar weight, but with better charging, higher surge power, and longer lasting battery with 3000 plus charging cycles. The advantage of a smaller power station is that it's still compact enough to carry to work or to the library for charging. I have even found public barbecues with power sockets. If you are playing it stealth and you do not want a fixed solar panel on your roof, then the portability becomes really handy. I also have Bluetti's 120 watt solar panel. It's a great thing to have. It makes you independent and supplied with power even if you spend some time in the middle of nowhere. But if you need to save money, work often or drive regularly, you might not need it. You can also charge the power station through this cable while you are driving your car. I was actually genuinely surprised how much power it gives you. It gives you almost 100 watts. So if I was driving in average for about 1 hour a day, that would completely cover all my power needs. My only complaint is that this cable is way too short, so for charging I have to bring the power station to the front seat. I have bought an extension cable from Supercheap Auto, and that halves the power that the cable gives me, so I am not happy.
Not happy, Jen!
Bluetti sells a longer one. It's about 1.5 meters, and I will probably cave in and buy it one day. Or maybe they could gift me one. Let's talk food, because nothing makes a van feel like home more than the smell of delicious hot food. I started out with one of those butane cartridge stoves and I hated it. Wasteful, non-recyclable, and the cartridges run out way too fast. So I switched to a 2 kg gas cylinder and a double burner, which worked great. The cylinder lasted me about 2 months of almost daily cooking. In this van, I only had space for a single burner, and honestly, the flame control sucks. It's either fireball or nothing. You constantly need to keep adjusting it or the flame goes out. Every time I make semolina porridge, I burn it a little bit on the bottom. I am already on my second single burner. They are different brands, but they both do the same thing. So if you have found a single burner that fits these small cylinders and that simmer properly, please let me know. Seriously, or I might have to go back to the double burner, which I do not really have space for. Okay, so far we have talked about food, water, temperature control, but what about privacy? I think privacy is also one of the basic human needs because it's tied to feeling of safety. I use black window film that sticks on via static. It's not a tint, just removable film. Downside, I cannot open the side windows with it on. But hey, I like it dark. I am part vampire. I just open the door if I want light. Keeping clean is also very important because if you feel dirty, smelly or itchy, it's not fun. I mean, some people probably don't care, but I do. And I was 4 years into van life when I discovered Travel Bidet. Wait, where is it? This is a game changer, especially for the ladies, especially during the time of the month. You know what I mean. So I got this one from Earthside, Postpartum Mama. I wish it was a bit bigger. I have to take a plastic bottle with me to the bathroom and top it up, so I use 2 of these to wash. But hey, it saves space, so that's good. You can use it in public toilets, or I can even use it with my portable toilet. It's tiny, it's discreet, and it makes a huge difference in how clean and fresh you feel. So, those are my 10 must-have for comfortable van life, learned from trial, error, tears, sweat, and at least one leaky toilet disaster. I have linked everything below. Some of that are affiliate links, not everything, but some of them are. It doesn't cost you anything extra if you click on them. If you want to support this channel, I would be forever grateful, but of course you don't have to. It's just an experiment I'm trying. It's not the reason why I made this video. And let me know in the comment. Oh yeah, don't forget that the best filter gives you 10% off if you use the link. No pressure. Let me know in the comments if you have any van life essentials that you could not live without and that I did not mention in the video. And please do not say a fridge. Or if you have some stuff that you thought will be essential and then you didn't end up using it at all. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Stay cozy out there.